Right, okay, so step one is going to be to just sketch out yourself a circle. So we all know how to use our sketching skills. We just get our pencil, hold it from before the back, and start sketching that circle shape here like this. And then once that shape starts to become a little bit more accurate, okay, we start to pick out better lines and darken them like this. Okay, so it might not be perfect, but you can see here I formed a circle shape. So what I'm going to do now that I've got that circle shape is I'm going to measure it. So I can say from the top to the bottom of my circle is 14.5, so 14.5 centimeters. The width of my circle is 14 centimeters. Okay, so I want to half each of them. So half of 14.5 is 7.25. So I want to go down to 7.25, about here. Okay, and then along, I want to go along 7 on that same line, so about here. So I know that this area here, right here, where that second dot is the center of my circle. Before I do anything, what I want to do is I want to go around the outside and rub out these lines so I can really faintly see them, so they're kind of like what we call ghost lines. Okay, so I'm rubbing them out like this, around. Right, so now that's nice and erased, all I can see on my page is a faint outline of a circle and a tiny little dot in the centre. What I'm going to do straight away is I'm going to draw a rectangle around this circle. So that can be as big as you want, depends how many rectangles you want to have in your circle as Devlin shape. I'm going to do one maybe like this, and then just draw it around like this. Okay, so if I've got any outliers, I'm just going to rub them out. Right, so this is going to be my centre rectangle. There's not really anything I want to do to it other than make it look a little bit deeper. So I draw 2 lines below. So what that indicates to me is, it's the first one that I can see. I'm slightly underneath it, but I'm looking from upper perspective. So it's the first one that I can see. So there, you wouldn't be able to see either of these sides because of the perspective. Hopefully you can see that. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is to draw a rectangle beside it, just to give you a better idea of the perspective that I'm working from. So I made a little bit of a mistake there, but what I can see from Devlin's work, I'm looking at it on the board now, is that they're probably a little bit more spaced out. So if I start doing one over here, like this, I'm going to sketch that in. And join it together. Right, then what I'm going to do is I'm going to add in my little perspective lines down here and here. So what you can see there is that this one is straight in my eye view, this one's further to the side. Okay, and we know that because we have this wall. Right, so on the opposite side, it would look, it's probably a bit close, but I can fix it later. It would look pretty much the same. Okay, but it would join down from the opposite side like this. See that one? Okay, you see how they're all from different perspectives? Now what we're going to do with this circle is we're going to work in various lines with these rectangles in. So we're going to want to do them above and below as well. So to do one above, I'm going to do the exact same thing. Take some measurements, do myself a rectangle. Right, but again, it's further up, so you can see the depth like this. Okay, so what we want to do once we've done them is add in just a little bit of tone so we can see what's in front and what's behind, so that I know that that's the below area of this rectangle. I know that this is a side panel here that's shaded. I know that this is a side panel here that's shaded. Okay, just a tiny bit of tone, and then later on in this we can add colour. But as long as you keep building a circle like this, it'll look exactly like Devlin's piece of work.